Good, my brother. We back.
Good, man. Welcome
Hey,
back.
we've been being consistent. We almost to number 10. And we got a great spin for y'all once we get to 10.
Yeah, got something in store for y'all, man.
Hey, consistency. This is our second time doing a podcast.
Yeah, we was consistent the first time, man. It wasn't our fault. It really wasn't our fault the first time.
That is true. It wasn't our fault.
Well, we did like 9 episodes the first time we did it.
We worked with somebody that was, he a great person, but life got in the way, I would say, and it was the perfect conversation for our topic today. We want to talk about mental health and being the man, right? I think a lot of this stuff is often overlooked, especially at our age. I think it's a big topic now.
Yeah.
But first, I just want to talk to the fact of how we grew up, right? So, me growing up, I never heard of mental health. I never heard of you got to work on your mental or anything like that. It's, boy, you better stop being a B word.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, man up.
Yeah.
Don't
show no emotion.
Yeah, real man don't cry. Wipe your tears.
Right.
Stand straight up. Look me in the eye. Don't flinch.
Right.
All those type of things that, they correlate with showing weakness.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I kind of do correlate, but, showing weakness is not a bad thing. Crying is not a bad thing. Stuff like that. The annotations behind it when we was growing up, it makes it like it's so bad. But
it made you seem like you was weak.
Yeah.
Like, no lie. If you were, how I grew up, especially if you were to show that emotion or show that, like, you sad or something, it's just like, you weak, man up. Like, my daddy will slap you in your chest, you start crying.
Yeah. I mean, I ain't experienced that, but, just the way I grew up, you had no time to be weak. You had no time to be dwelling in emotions. You had no time, like it was either get it or get stepped on or stepped over.
Right.
So I had no time for none of that stuff. So a lot of that stuff stuck with me and it resonated with me. But some of this stuff that I grew up with at that time, it kind of hindered me in a way in some aspects of my life, and some of it has helped me grow, in a way. So
yeah.
So it's all about how you take it and how you take the information and process it.
I think a lot of things mess me up with being in relationships because I really don't have that emotional side. Like most girls be like, "Damn, you're like you ain't got no emotion. You're like you don't care." It ain't that I don't care. It's just I was built to move on. Like, don't hold in. Like, it ain't nothing for you to cry over.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing for you to be sad about. Get over it. Like,
yeah, I mean, I was like, I won't say built to move on, but I was built. I learned at a young age. I learned how to compartmentalize my emotions. I learned how to transfer energy and focus on certain things. At a very young age, I noticed that this was important, more important than that was more important. So I noticed that I may be sad right now, but me being sad in this moment wasn't gonna help me get out of the situation I was in. So I learned how to compartmentalize and focus on certain things. So even when it comes to relationships, it's not that I don't care. I do care. Like I say, at the moment, in that moment of me caring, it boils down to me, what do I care about most?
Right. And even in football, it was like them locker room conversations. You never wanted to be the emotional one in the locker room or the sad one in the locker room. It was always, you gotta be tough. You gotta be, you know what I'm saying? It was never those weak points. Now, I could say looking at some of these shorties now compared to us, a lot of people is, I'm sad to say it, is weak individuals.
Like I say, you dealing with your emotions is how you deal with it.
Right.
You can deal with it in a way where it won't make you soft. It can still harden you. But the way they deal with it now, they put all these tags on the mental health,
Right.
Like I say, mental health definitely was, I guess, there then, but it wasn't so many tags. It wasn't so many names.
Right.
We had communication back then.
And I think it's a lot more profit off of it now, too.
And like you say, these kids are different. We see these kids, man. These kids don't talk. They don't communicate. They don't express. We express. When we was mad, you knew. We tell you was mad.
Yeah.
Like, we were sad. You knew we were sad. Like, we knew how to express ourselves. These kids don't know how to express themselves. So I think that's why, I guess, the mental health part comes in big, because they haven't learned how to deal with the things they're going through.
So do you think, you being a gym owner and us being a gym owner, I have seen some people use the gym to try to cover up their mental health and what they're going through.
Yeah, for sure. I see that all the time. You know, part of what I do here in the gym, you know, as I'm training, you know, I try to layer by layer break down, you know, what they're going through. You know, I don't try to be a therapist. You know, but I'm here as a trainer, and I try to be here as a friend. You know? So I try to know day by day, break down layers by layer, and talk to them. Let them open to me freely. But I do let them know now. Now this is like you come here. You say this is a safe haven. It's not the safe haven. This is a safe place. It's not your safe haven.
Right.
Two different things.
Okay.
So, you know, I let them know that, man. Don't.
But I'm gonna say this: the gym could. I didn't mean to cut you off, but the gym could be a safe haven where they use the weights and the bench to release all their stress, their pressure. Fine. That's their safe haven to talk, because they may feel like they could talk to you that they probably can't talk to nobody else.
But a haven is someone you're looking to stay or looking to live or looking to find a home. No.
So they may looking to stay consistent in the gym.
Guess
you
what?
Can look at it and
because guess what? You're only here for an hour 30 minutes the most.
Right.
You don't want to give yourself false interpretations, false hope, because you got to walk out your doors in an hour.
But there's some people, that's all they need, is that hour and 30 minutes to escape their reality. To be in here. Well, not even escape. You can't escape your reality, but to come to a place that where now I can actually release what's going on in my life.
Yeah.
Whether it's 2 hours, whether it's for 5 minutes, 20 minutes.
The safe place, not the safe haven.
I guess
it's a place of zen. It's a safe place. Right. They come here, no judgment zone. They can come and release. They can come in and vent. They can come and let their stresses off. On a bench press, on a squat, on a plate push. But at the end of the day, you come in and release and get through that, so you can be able to face what you got to face when you get back in the real world.
Now, I seen some people that come in here, they body ripped, like some people say they body goes, but their mind is torn. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Yeah, they feel like the pressure is always on. They always got to show progress. It's never like a break for them. Like, you know what I mean? So I try to, like, even when I go to the park or when I be in here, you know, I got that saying, mind over matter. If you don't mind, it don't matter. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Just try to let them know that, you know what I mean? Just release yourself. Like, just get over whatever you're going through. It's okay. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Don't quit on yourself. Yeah. Keep pushing yourself. And it's okay to have a character building day, as I say.
Yeah. And like I said, that used to be me at one point. I was always big on progress, always trying to big on, you know, like I said, just trying to work over what I was going through, you know. Not work through, I was trying to work over it. So I was trying to just do as much as I can to forget as much as I can.
Right.
And until I realized what was going on, I realized I wasn't getting better. I realized I had to face it. You know, I feel the only way you can put your past behind you
is to face it.
Facing it. And by facing it, you got to have the real conversation. You got to have a tough conversation with yourself. And you got to be real with yourself. You know, so when it comes to stuff like that, you got to figure out who you is and what your purpose is on this earth. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than us, you know.
Yeah.
But the only way you can get down to the root of the things is, you know, sitting down and facing it and having true or real conversation with yourself.
For me, my main thing be what happens when the weights stop working, and you can't come in here and get that release.
Exactly.
You can't, like, it's not working no more. You can come in here and lift 500 pounds and you still sad. And we've experienced that, right?
Exactly.
We're not gonna say her name, but we had a young lady that was working out here, and nothing she did, nothing we did,
nothing we couldn't
got her out the funk. She
wasn't facing. She was running, and she was running. You can't run.
Yeah.
You can't run. He's gonna get you.
Yeah.
You can't. You gotta face it.
So. And I think that social media helps and it hurts, right? Because social media gives people a highlight reel of people's life. And a lot of people think that's who I need to be every day. When once that camera turn off, life gonna continue.
Yeah, and it's crazy because we always talk about the social media thing. Yeah, social media is a highlight of lives. It's meant for motivation. It's meant for inspiration. It's all about how you perceive it. But like I said, it always boils down back to the person. You got to figure out who you are. If you have no self-identity, if you have no purpose for yourself, those things you're watching on social media.
You said something key. Purpose.
Those things can trick you to feeling like you're not worthy because you want to be like someone else.
Yeah.
So that's why it all comes back to self and purpose.
I think a lot of people don't know their purpose though.
Right.
A lot of people haven't figured out their purpose and what they want to be in life.
Facts.
Even if they got the good job or they got the great girlfriend, all of that stuff, they still don't know their purpose in life, what they want to accomplish.
I agree.
On this side of the earth.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And I think social media, and I know we talk about social media a lot because I feel that that's the main thing a lot of people want. Some people look at social media before they do anything throughout the day, or they on social media all day.
Yeah.
So I think that that's a big conversation because the internet plays a lot of part in our life when it never used to be that way. For me, it never was that way till I got in college. And I was 18 years old when I really got introduced to the internet.
Right.
So I'm really like becoming a man. And then when I got introduced to the internet, it was only limited action. Like you only had Facebook if you was in college.
Right.
It wasn't no Instagram. It wasn't no Twitter. It was, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like I hear all the negative things about social media. And I'm not saying it's not. I just haven't seen it for me yet. Like I said,
I don't think you pay no attention because you so focused on
my real life.
Yeah, your real life. And you going through real life issues and stuff.
Right.
I think for me, because I work in social media too, it kind of made me realize, like, watch my habits, pay attention to certain things. When I went to this conference and they was talking about social media habits and how social media play on people's mindset and things like that. When I started to think about it and paid attention, now I started to realize, like, damn, hold on, this is something to this. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Even where you would be on social media strolling, looking at girls all day, knowing that, dang, I should have read this book. Or, dang, I should have been learning something new for myself. And not saying you do this, but dang, I could have been learning this new training concept to help pregnant women. But your mindset is, man, I'm good. I'm on social media. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing something because social media makes you think you're busy when you strolling. Yeah. It's a mind trick because your mind moving and you actually looking at stuff, and it's making you think that you actually getting something accomplished.
Yeah, I can see how I can play tricks on you. I mean, for me, I only can speak on experience. Like for me, I live my life on a structured plan. So everything I got everything for the day I want to do. And until I fulfill my task of the day, nothing else comes in between.
Right.
That's how I live. I literally have a task. Every day I got tasks and things to do. That's important. Priorities, structure, organization. And until I fulfill my task, I don't.
So do you feel
anything outside of that?
Because I saw you do this a lot.
What?
Journaling. Do you feel that helped?
Yeah, it do. Like, I mean, because what happens is I journal because I get this. I'm like I can speak to somebody with a non-biased ear.
Okay.
That's why I journal. I get to express myself and let my thoughts out my head, and don't have to hear non-biased or biased answer back. You feel me? It's a judgment-free zone for me.
Right.
So, and then, like I say, I'll read it back in a month and to see who I am, who I was then, who I am
right.
now. So I like journaling. Like I say, it's a good way to vent. Because sometimes, it's hard for people to understand where you're coming from, especially if they got their own stuff going on. So it's hard to vent to people,
right? And
they really can't hear you because they dealing with their own thing, or they just don't understand where you come from.
I was just gonna say that. I think life got a lot of people not paying attention to everybody,
right?
Because To be honest with you, everybody got something going on and things like that. But I'm mindful of stuff like that because I feel that everybody needs somebody to ask them, is they okay? Whether if you tell me what it is or not, but it's just like, you know that, dang, Robert actually cares. Like, dang, he asked me, am I good today? Like, you know what I mean? Some people ain't got nobody that, like, really, are you good? Like, and not ask for nothing.
Right.
I'm not asking you to do nothing for me. I don't need nothing from you. I'm just calling to check on you, bro. See if you good. I ain't talking to you all day.
Right. And I try to make my business, man. I try to be present. Anytime I'm like dealing with somebody or talking to somebody, I try to make it my business to be present, man. Like, even when I do that, I got a set of friends every day. I know they going through stuff. I make sure I text them every day. Just even if I don't text back, I make sure I text them. Let them know, hey, when you need me, just know you can count on me. I do stuff like that. You know, I say there's nothing in return. This is me.
So I do meditation. Like, I haven't been as consistent as I want to be this year. No excuses. I ain't got no excuses. I just haven't been. Like, you know what I mean? I haven't been resting the way I wanted to because I feel like, and now I'm slowing down because I feel like I'm trying to chase something. It's just like, I want to accomplish this financial goal so bad. It's just like, you sit up at night just thinking about certain things and trying to get certain things done. And it's just like, those things are not healthy. It's not helping me get to where I want to be at. You feel what I'm saying?
One thing I had to realize, bro, it's never our time, bro.
Yeah, it's on God's time.
We working so hard trying to achieve things on our timing, and it's never gonna work because it's never our timing.
Right.
We can work as hard as we want. If the timing ain't for us, it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
We can spend countless hours, 24 hours a day doing what you think is the thing to do. And you ain't gonna achieve it. And you gonna get so frustrated because you working for self and not. You know, that's I realize that, man. I wake up, I do what I can in my power, and I don't think about nothing else.
But I did realize a change when I wake up, pray, and meditate. Like, you go throughout your day better. I think clearer. I want to ask you this, though, because I never been to therapy. You ever been to therapy before?
I've been to therapy forced when I was a kid. I didn't really like it. I mean, I was young, though, so I was young, angry, closed-minded. I didn't even give it a chance. So I haven't been to therapy.
So my opinion on therapy, I think for other races, I think it's talk therapy. For black people, I think they just want to give you a pill. They want to give you this antidepressant. And so that's just my personal opinion on therapy. I don't know. Like I said, I've been to therapy far as me with my child's mother and us trying to figure out a co-parenting thing, which I think that it was all force the conversation. You can't force people to try to do certain things. So that's just my opinion on therapy. If y'all got any ideas about therapy,
I feel like
drop a comment.
I mean, I feel like anything, like I said, is timing. But I feel like if you come in with an open heart, open mind, it can work.
Right.
You know, you gotta be open to it. If you're not open to it, it's not gonna work. That's with anything. So
let me ask you a question. How do you add mental reps in your daily routine?
Mental rest?
Reps.
Well, I read. Like I said, I journal.
Okay.
I don't even call it meditate. I sit back with no noise.
Okay.
So I drive my car with completely no noise.
Right.
While I sit in here in the gym, lights off. And I just be in here just thinking, letting my thoughts roam. And I don't got nothing specific I'm thinking about. I just like to roam.
Right.
So I do stuff like that a lot. You know, I'll be in the house. I literally just be there, lay on the bed, just roaming, just let my thoughts be free. So I do a lot of stuff like that just to decompress.
Right.
You know, so I do a lot of stuff like that. And then like I said, I do read a lot. Whether it's like sometimes I'll read about 5 pages. I never have a set amount I want to read. I just get up and I read until my brain tell me I'm done. So
yeah, I do that too. I definitely read different books. Right now I'm trying to expand from just reading self-help books because I love reading self-help books, seeing how people accomplish certain things. But now I'm getting more on the outside of things like that, reading fiction books, non-fiction books, just expanding my mindset just to help with my imagination. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I definitely think those are mental reps. Like you said, I ride with no noise in the car. I do that often, where I'm just riding with my thoughts, just thinking. And it's like you said, really not thinking about nothing, just being present and aware of where I'm at.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, I think that, and I think it's big that we pay attention to our mental health, because a lot of people don't.
Yeah, they put it on the back burner.
Yeah, they put they self on the back burner.
Yeah, they put they self on the back burner.
And don't really even pay no attention.
Yeah.
What do you think about this as a gym conversation? Instead of asking people what's your max, what weighs on you the most this week? Do you think that people would indulge in that conversation, or people would feel that you're being too personal?
Well, it all depends on the rapport you have with that client.
Okay.
You know, if it's a new client, I wouldn't ask them yet. But if it's a client that's been here a while, we got rapport, we done had a few conversations, yeah, I wouldn't mind asking them that, you know.
Right.
But, you know, I wouldn't ask. I ask them if they've not willing to share, cool, we'll change the subject. But if they willing to share, let's talk.
Right.
It all depends on the rapport you have with that individual.
Right.
For sure. It's not something you ask a girl on the first date or somebody the first time, you know.
So what I normally do when I'm in the gym, I try to be motivational, right? Just and not even be motivational. I just speak motivation out loud, like, "Hey, talk nice to yourself. Come on, let's go. We only got one more rep. Don't quit on yourself. The time almost done. Don't stop." Like, you feel what I'm saying?
And that's good, because even if they're not responding then, it's always going to be in their subconscious.
Right.
So when later on in something they're doing, they may be wanting to quit, they're going to have that thought of you and that voice in your head that they remember, oh man, Raw said, man, let me just another rep.
Don't quit on myself.
Stuff like that. Trust me, people, it hit them in the subconscious a lot, bro.
Right. So a lot of things I try to play on people's subconscious mind when I'm in the gym, because at the end of the day, I play on my subconscious mind. Like my new thing that I got, your goals don't care how you feel. Or I say, we all got goals. And guess what? They don't care how we feel. Let's go. Keep going. Keep going.
I tell myself that every day.
You know what I mean?
That's how I mean.
And that's what I tell myself when I'm running. Like, I trick my mind when I'm running, because I ain't gonna lie, half the time I be like, man, I'm about to stop.
I don't trick myself. I be cussing myself out, boy.
But I trick myself to be like, if you don't do it, who gonna do it? Yeah, you gotta stay focused. Ain't nobody gonna do this better than you.
That's not the trick. That's a real talk. That's not a trick. That's a real talk.
But I'm saying, that your mind, the other part of your mind be like, man, stop. Why are you doing all this? You might as well just stop right here and catch your breath.
Part. That's the weak part.
Right.
To get hold of you.
So if you don't have nothing to out-talk that other thought, or if you don't say it out loud, you know what I mean? Or they'll be like, man, stop. I'd be like, why would I stop? Why would I stop? I ain't got no reason to stop. I told myself 2 miles. Let's go. Let's go, Robert. Let's go. You feel what I'm saying? It's just that subconscious. Your subconscious will start talking to you. Yeah. Because when your body get tired, your body start breaking down. Your mind start breaking down.
Everybody, it's more mental than anything.
All right.
If you could conquer your mind, you'll be able to conquer your body.
So we got like 5 minutes left. Like I said, we don't want these conversations to be long. We just like to put stuff on people's mind, address certain gym conversations that's going on in the gym. How can you redefine strength?
How can I redefine strength?
Yes.
You know, it's crazy, because when it comes to strength could be, what is really strength? How much you live? How much can you withstand? How long can you last? What is real strength? So
you could use that as in life. How long can you last?
How long can you endure? How can you endure? How long can you embrace? You know, strength could be a lot of different things. People think they're strong because they got one rep max something. Nah, I don't look at it as strong.
Right.
How many times can you do that heavy thing? You know, how long can you last? I look at strength different. I'm more of a strength endurance type of person. Like I say, because life is not one day. Life is every day. Correct. So you trying to conquer one day. Now you need to build habits to be able to conquer days coming up. Create better habits. My favorite book is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And you see everything happens over a period of time. Nothing happens overnight. Nothing is going to be given to you. Nothing. You got to actually put the time in, put the work in, and then you see the fruits of your labor. Yeah, you definitely reap what you sow. Right. So I think a lot of things that we all just got to take the time, you know what I mean, and realize that everything takes time. And nobody wants to take time nowadays. Right.
Because
everything's getting rushed.
Everything is being rushed because that's that we live in the fast-paced world, and not to mention that we live in a fast-paced city. Mm-hmm. So everything is like this. It's like this.
All the success. You seeing everybody growing. You think you're not growing because you're not growing. It's funny because people really think they're not growing just because they're not growing at the rate of somebody else. And I like this quote. It takes 10 years to be an overnight success. So that be a lot of things that play in my mind that where when we started this gym to where we at now, you know what I mean? It took us 6 years to get to where we at now to be getting contracts. Because we used to be saying like, dang, how everybody doing this? How they getting all these clients? That's not our path. But people asking us, dang, how y'all get all these contracts? How y'all working with the city? How y'all doing this? So everybody path is not going to be the same. Everybody mental health is not the same. But I think that everybody can work on becoming the best version of themselves. Yeah.
Anything else you want to wrap up with?
Nah, man. Just never quit, man. Keep fighting, keep digging. Because you say it takes 10 years to be a success. And, you know, people will get to that 10-year mark and be like, wow, I'm not successful. Maybe that 10 year in that one day. So don't stop. Just keep fighting. You never know how close you will see success, man.
Right.
So
never give up, man. Keep fighting. Never let your mental outwork you.
Yeah.
Just stay focused on your goals, man. Set your goals down. Write them out. Write out what your purpose is. Yeah, write out what you want to accomplish in life.
You figure out your why, then figure out your purpose. Once you figure that out, then you can start working on
everything else gonna start coming.
Yep.
That's for sure. I'm learning that we not telling you stuff that we're not doing. No. This is stuff that we're actively working on ourselves, and like we said, we seeing the fruits of our labor. So appreciate y'all for tuning in. Mm-hmm. Make sure y'all like, subscribe on YouTube.
Follow us
we
on Instagram.
Almost at the 10th episode.
Yeah.
So if y'all haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Share with your friends, man. Send to your coworkers.
After 10,
you got a big surprise.
Yes.
So yeah, Instagram Supreme Fit Fam, TikTok Supreme Fit Fam, YouTube Supreme Fit Fam. And y'all lock in, man. We'll see y'all next episode.
Yes, sir.
That was good.